It is time to do team breakdowns for free agency, and let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens aren't in the best position with free agency. They have some cap space, but not a ton considering that the salary cap was recently raised. They'll likely need to cut some players to create additional cap space. Both Odell Beckham Jr. and J.K. Dobbins are hitting free agency, plus Gus Edwards. They've got issues with offensive linemen hitting free agency, and quite frankly, literally half of their defense is hitting free agency. Again, not the best case scenario. But if they can manage to make enough cuts, use the draft to replenish the line, nickel and dime to retain some players on defense, I think that they are an excellent landing spot for multiple offensive players. I'm going to give you two free agent scenarios for the Ravens, one realistic and one financially difficult, but I would love to see it. Running back is absolutely something that has to be addressed by the Ravens. It's not a massive issue because, as we've seen, you can make it work with rookies or cost-effective running backs. The Ravens don't need to go out and spend top dollar on Saquon Barkley or Josh Jacobs. They have an effective run game, and they can utilize a committee to alleviate workload on the lead back. They just need a big, early down goal line back, and that would work out perfectly for Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's 2023 season was fine for most running backs, but for him, there was a clear reduction in workload, and his best case scenario at his age is to go to a run-heavy team that provides ample goal line opportunities. The Ravens led the league in rush attempts last season with 541 attempts, and a large chunk of that was definitely Lamar Jackson, but even if Lamar Jackson's attempts were reduced to that of a player like Patrick Mahomes, the Ravens would still be top 12 in rush attempts. The Ravens also had 26 rushing touchdowns, just one behind the league leaders, and Lamar Jackson only accounted for 5 of those touchdowns. We always think of the Ravens' ground game as being Lamar Jackson, but really it is a solid landing spot for a big, bruising early down back, especially one that could be willing to take a team-friendly deal to play with a Super Bowl contender. Now, the second scenario here for free agency. Hear me out. In my wildest, unrealistic dreams, I would love to see Mike Evans in Baltimore. This will be tough because with the Bengals tagging T. Higgins and the Colts likely tagging Michael Pittman, Mike Evans is the top receiver on the market, and it ain't even close. Tampa is working to retain Evans, and other teams have plenty of money to burn. If Evans is looking to grab the bag, it is going to be tough for Baltimore to be the biggest spender. But ultimately, it is about what Evans wants at this point in his career. He can go grab the biggest contract from a team like Carolina who has money to burn. Kansas City is also a popular landing spot, but going cheap at receiver has worked very well for them. I just don't see them changing course at this point. But Baltimore, if Baltimore could figure out the finances here, this is exactly what they need to take the offense to a whole new level. Or perhaps the 2019 level, right? Just take it back to an old level here. Hear me out. In 2023, Lamar Jackson saw a significant increase in attempts and passing yards while remaining flat on interceptions. All in all, a great year, an MVP year, right? But you just kind of felt like you wanted to see a little bit more from him. While his passing touchdowns did increase, ideally we would love to see Lamar get back to 30-plus passing touchdowns like we saw back in 2019. Since that initial MVP season, Jackson has failed to exceed 26 passing touchdowns in a single season. But who can solve that problem? Mike Evans can solve that problem. Evans has had a minimum of 13 touchdowns in 3 of the past 4 years. He is the big-bodied, deep threat, red zone target that would help Lamar Jackson match his 2019 touchdown production. Again, this is financially tough, but if they can make it happen, this would be a perfect fit. Comment below and let me know what you think. What do you want to see from the Ravens in free agency? Friendly reminder, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more videos because I'll be hitting you up with more all off season. It's just getting started and I've got you covered.